Hello students, myself Shama Shah, and today I am going to explain you basic accountancy terms. This is the second video of mine on this particular topic. In my previous video, I have explained you this following terms like drawing, capital, solvent, insolvent, vouchers, etc. And now in this particular video we will discuss with some more accountancy terms. Let's start with expenditure. Expenditure are the amounts which we incurred or which we spent to acquire a particular asset, goods or services. Expenditure can be of three types: capital expenditure, revenue expenditure and deferred revenue expenditure. Let's understand them one by one. Capital expenditure. Students, whenever we purchase some or the other asset which will give us benefit for more than a year, or that particular asset will increase our earning capacity, then those type of assets are known, expense on those assets are known as capital expenditure. For an example, if you purchase machinery for our factory, if we purchase furniture, if we purchase computers, these all are the assets which will help us to increase our earning capacity, and because of that they all are known as capital expenditure. Now coming to revenue expenditure. These are those expenditure which will give you benefit only for one accounting period, or you will consume the benefit of that particular expense in an accounting year. For an example, when you pay salary to the workers, when you pay rent of the factory, when you pay your electricity bill, office expenses, etc. And the third type of expenditure is deferred revenue expenditure. These are the expenditure which are of revenue nature, but they gives you benefits for more than one accounting period. For an example, whenever a business do huge advertisement expenditure, and those expenditure are going to give them benefit for more than a year, then they are known as deferred revenue expenditure. Now next is income, profit and gain. Generally income, profit and gain, all these three words we use as equivalent, but in accountancy it is not so. Income means total earnings of business which include both earned from normal business activity or any other business activity not undertaken by business regularly. It is a broader term than the profit. That means profit includes under income. So income is a broader term and profit is a narrow term. Now what is profit? Profit means the income earned by the business from its operating activity, or you can say that it's normal business activities. For an example, sale of goods or rendering of services. And profit can be of two types: gross profit and net profit. Gross profit means whatever direct revenue you have earned, when you will subtract direct cost out of it, then it is known as gross profit. And if you want to find out net profit, you need to take total revenue, and out of that you need to subtract total expenses of the enterprises. So income is a broader term, profit is a narrow term, and profit can be of two types: gross profit and net profit. Now gain. Students, gain is the increase in owner's equity. It results from something other than day-to-day activity. Day-to-day activity, that means sale, purchase of goods and etc. But this is gain. Gain doesn't occur on this particular activities. Gain is on the sale of assets which we are not doing on a recurring basis, or we don't do it again and again. For an example, gain on sale of land, gain on sale of machinery, etc. Gain is an output of sale activity that is not actually related to the trading business of the firm, but to some peripheral activities. So income, profit and gain, all these three terms are different from each other. Now coming to loss. Students, whenever we are having a business, when we are running a business, it's not sure that we will always earn profit, income or gain. There may be a loss. Then what is a loss? Loss is an excess of expense over revenue. That means whenever your expenses are more than your revenues, either for a single business transaction or in reference to sum of all transactions for an accounting period, then in that case that particular amount will be the loss for your firm. Now the next topic is trade receivable. So when you know very well, whenever a businessman is doing his business activity, some or the other time he need to sell his goods on credit. Selling the goods on credit, that means he will receive the amount later on. And because of this activity, trade receivable occurs. Trade receivable consists of two things. They are debtors and bills receivable. Debtors are the person who will give the amount later on, and bills receivable is whenever debtors give you in return or a written document that he will pay on a particular date a particular sum of amount, that is known as bills receivable. And as they are an asset for the firm, you can find it on the asset side of balance sheet. Next is trade payable. It is the total amount payable for goods purchased or services availed as a part of their business operation. For an example, whenever we purchase raw material from some supplier, and we are not paying the amount on that particular day and we promise to pay it later on, then that particular person become our trade payable. Trade payable also consists of two things. They are creditors and bills payable. Trade payable arises due to a credit purchase or some or the other reason we need to purchase in credit, and as they are the amount which we need to pay later on, so they are treated as a liability for the company, and you can find them on the liability side of balance sheet. Now the next is bad debt. As I have explained you that trade receivable occurs due to credit sale, but it's not necessary that each and every customer will pay you back the amount. So sometimes the amount is not receivable, or you can say that bad debt is a receivable that is now irrecoverable. There is no hope that that person is going to pay you the money, and because of that, that particular amount is allowed as a deduction in taxation also. Student, now the next is financial statement. You must have heard many a times that every businessman need to prepare a financial statement, and they are prepared at the end of an accounting period. Generally it is 31st March of a particular year, but it may be on 31st December. But what financial statement include, or what a trader need to prepare for financial statement? First is trading account, which will help you to find out the gross profit of the business. Second is profit and loss account, which will help you to find out the net profit of the business, and it is also known as statement of profit and loss. And the last one, you need to prepare balance sheet. Balance sheet shows financial position of a firm, and it shows assets, liabilities, capital and reserves of a business. Students, these are few of the more terms of accountancy, and rest of the terms will continue in the next part of this video, and that will be on 11th of May. Thank you.